Hey there, thanks for checking out my channel. Today I want to share with you a simple, easy, inexpensive tool that can have a life-changing impact on your painting practice, especially if you paint frequently or nearly every day like I do. My favorite medium to paint outside on plein air, which is my very favorite thing to do creatively, is oil paints. And if up until now you've been painting on stretched canvases, wood panels, cradled wood panels, or some other substrate, you might be growing frustrated with the fact that you've run out of storage for all of your unsold or unfinished works because they take up so much space. In addition to that, they get quite expensive. So the solution that I've adopted has been the use of these linen sheets, which the particular brand that I order comes in these nice convenient pads. I just tear them out, tape them to a drawing board, and mount that on my easel when I'm out in nature painting, and it works just as if I was painting on a stretched canvas. Only there's other aspects associated with this particular product that I like even better. So let's talk a little bit about what oil prime linen sheets are. Linen fabric that's been oil primed, sold in rolls or pre-cut sheets, like in this case, bound in these little booklets. The differences versus cotton canvas or acrylic prime surfaces are pretty significant. Generally, the linen is a smoother surface. It holds paint a little bit differently. I just love the feel of the brush moving across the linen. It's more archival. Some suggest that it'll last longer. And in addition to that, I find it better for subtle brushwork and glazing after the painting has dried a little bit. Now, why sheets instead of stretched canvas? I will tell you, it's more flexible, it's stackable, takes up less space, and I think easier to transport. It's also much cheaper than buying pre-stretched linen canvases, especially when you could just mount these little sheets once your painting is done and dried on a board and frame it, and you're as good as gold. I like to think of my stack of linen sheets as a sketchbook for oil painters in a different format. It's lightweight, portable, and very forgiving. As you probably have noticed already, I'm laying out a bunch of my recent works over the past couple months that I've done on oil primed linen in a couple of different sizes and formats. So these are just some examples. And what's really nice about this is in years past, this many paintings would have taken up probably half of a room in order to store. These will conveniently fit right within one of my drawers. Here are a couple of examples of paintings that I've mounted and framed that have been painted on plein air using oil prime linen sheets. Getting them ready to hang was just a matter of mounting them to a board and putting them in a frame. Here are a stack of over 30 paintings, which in years past would have taken up a whole room to store. Now they fit conveniently in my drawer. Now let's talk about how we actually can prepare the linen sheets for use out in the field. My approach that I've worked out over time incorporates the use of my personally custom created wet panel carrier within this binder. It doesn't need to be this complicated, but even in this format, it's pretty easy to use. I have wooden drawing boards fastened into this binder, and you can see, in this case, I have one linen sheet prepared, simply using painter's tape or masking tape around the border. Now, in order to do this, in order to set this up, and by the way, I'm going to go painting tomorrow morning, and I'm going to use this very setup. All you need to do is use your board, and you can use one single board if you wish to. I just like to be prepared to do multiple small sketches if time allows, if I don't overcomplicate things and my schedule permits. Sometimes I'll do multiple paintings, and those days are a lot of fun. But it's just a matter of affixing your linen sheets to a drawing board or a panel of some type. And one of the beautiful things about this is when you come out from your painting session out in the field, or even if it's in the studio, you can easily take these sheets off of your panel while it's drying, and you could reaffix it to a wall or another board that might be on an easel that you keep inside your non-planary easel in studio. And as the painting dries, you can add additional effects, whether it be scrumbles or a glazing, or perhaps maybe you need to adjust things or scrape things or sand things off. You have the convenience of being able to relocate this linen sheet to whatever location you'd like. So if you're serious about painting every day, or at least more frequently than you have in the past, in order to get really, really good at the art of painting, or just because you really enjoy it like I do, you'll find, if you have a similar experience that I've had, all those concerns about whether or not the surface that you're painting on is of high enough quality for you, and concerns about storing those paintings that are either unfinished or perhaps maybe they're finished, but they've just yet to find their home. All those worries will fade away. And you could focus exclusively on just the craft of painting and enjoying your time out in the field doing that. If you haven't tried oil prime linen yet, give it a try. You just might find it's your new favorite surface to paint on. And I would encourage you to pick up pre-cut linen sheets that are bound in a little book like this because they're super easy to use. I enjoy it a lot. And if you liked this video or found it helpful, please like, subscribe, or share with a friend, or all three. And also, check out my next video where I'll take you on a plein air adventure along with me while I'm actually using prime linen sheets along the way. Thanks again. Be well.